Hello friends, welcome to the course of Marketing Management, Unit number 2 Pricing. Today we are going to discuss setting the price. I am Dr. Vinod Malkar, Professor of Marketing, and in previous video we have seen the basics of pricing and the factors influencing on pricing decision. Now in this topic we are discussing the pricing procedure. There are 6 steps in the pricing procedure. Step number 1 is that is setting the pricing objectives. Step number 2, determining the demand. Step number 3, estimating the cost. Step number 4, analyzing the competitors' pricing. Step number 5, selecting pricing method. And the last step, that is selecting the final price. Moving ahead with the 6 steps, that is first step, that is select pricing objectives. There are various objectives behind selection of the pricing objectives. Maybe depends on so many conditions. If your product is too much of competitive in the market and there are not much more differentiation, then we have to consider that is survival. If you today take the case of mineral water, then you find that there are very less margins these manufacturers are working because of in local also the mineral water they cannot differentiate much more. So that's why the local companies, there is a survival becomes one of the major objectives to so many mineral water companies. Maximize the current profits. So many times the company are entering in the market with an pricing objective as maximize the current profits. If the products is in well demand in the market, so many times the manufacturers are selling their products at high prices and earning good profits from that products. Maximize the market share, and if there is too much of competitions in the market, if you take an example of Reliance Jio, at the initial stage they had offered the 3 months free data. Again they had extended to one more 3 months, and they had offered these data services of almost for 6 months free of cost to acquire the big market share. Product quality leaders like an Apple not much more worried of about the price of that product because they believe on the quality of that product. So product leaders are there, and sometimes the pricing objective is at least some partial cost get recovered at initial stage of the product. Determining the demand is the next steps in pricing procedure. Before selecting the price, we should understand what are the demand of that particular products in the market. So for that demand, understand the factors that affect on the price sensitivity. Estimate demand curves, understand price elasticity of demand, that is whether there is a elastic demand or inelasticity in the demand of that products. Some products are highly elastic in demand. If you take an example of booking the air tickets, so again it's all about how the demand and supply. We are the place from the Shirdi Sai Baba, and during the festival seasons or maybe the end of the annual year, 31st December, you find a very high rate of the rooms and hotels bookings. So again, so this is because of demand and supply of an in particular hours or in particular days. Then the next is I estimate the cost of the product. It is important to calculate the cost of products, which includes the production cost, which includes all these costs, maybe a fixed cost and variable cost, which includes this total cost, and we have to calculate the average cost based on the cost of that products. We can the pricing is based on the cost of that product. That is also one of the methods to decide the price of the product. Then analyze the competitions. So just understanding cost is not important. We have to understand the competitions. Even if you found that if you prepared certain products and you come to know the total cost of that products for making it, it comes to 100 rupees. but because of in competitions, you find same quality of products was sold in 80 rupees. So it becomes very difficult for you to sell the products for 100 rupees if there is no much more added differentiation in that products. Selecting the pricing method is the next step. That is which kinds of method you will going to select. There are various kinds of method that also I'm going to discuss in the next video. But some examples has been given here. That is markup pricing, target return pricing, perceived value pricing, going rate pricing, shield bid pricing, cost-based approach, market-based approach. So these are certain pricing methods that uh, are there. More than that also there, that will be discussed in the next video. And once you understand which pricing method you have to decide based on the above conditions, maybe a objective, demand, cost of that product and competition, you should decide which pricing method that's suitable to your products and then select the final price of that product. Maybe you have to consider some additional factors like psychological pricing, gain and risk sharing pricing, influence of other marketing mix variables, company pricing policy, impact of price on other parties. So if you again consider these are the factors before selecting the final price of the products, and that's why price procedures is there in nutshell. In summary, we can see on in this diagram the first step, that is price objective, which has been shown with various curves, that is survival, product leadership, maximize market skimming, maximize market share, maximize profit, demand, determine the demand of that product, elasticity of demand. You have to go with surveys, statistical analysis, and price experiment to understand the demand of that product. Cost, which is a fixed and variable cost, cost per unit of the production. Analyze the competitors' cost, price, and offers, that is competitions. Evaluate the competitors' price and product value also. Then select the pricing method, perceived value, value pricing, going rate, auction type of pricing, break-even point, target return on investment, and then move towards the final price. And selecting a final price, you should be in considerations of risk and gain sharing. Again, consider price fixing, price policing, and even and considering an advertising also. So these are the 6 steps. Price is a very important element in the marketing mix, which only brings the revenue of that product. Taking at the examples, that is a new smartphone with these 6 steps. Step 1, selecting the price of the smartphone. Step 1, that is pricing objectives. The pricing objectives, because of this competitive market environment, market share will be the gaining market share will be the pricing objective. Then step 2, market and competition analysis. Analyze the features and price of competitor smartphones and the demand for smartphones among the target customer. Step 3, determine the cost. Calculate the cost of manufacturing, marketing, and distributions of new smartphone. Step 4, choose the pricing strategy. Choose penetration price strategies to attract customers by offering a lower price than the competitors. Set the price. Set the price at the level that is attractive to customers and profitable for the company. Step 6, monitor and adjust the price. Monitor customer demand and competitions to make pricing adjustment to maintain competitiveness. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe our SK Business for getting the more videos in marketing.